I'm Tammi Arender. This week, TW and I took another ride back in time. It was a gorgeous Saturday morning as we head east out of Monroe on US Highway 80. The old road not used quite as much as it used to be since I-20 came along, so riding it means much less traffic and a lot better scenery. And don't blink when you go through Start. That's where country music singer Tim McGraw grew up. I do have to mention this old highway was being prepped to be repaved, so it was a little rough, but hopefully that will be remedied very soon. But once we get to Highway 425 in Rayville and head north, it's as smooth as glass. You get to drink in the rich farmland and breathe that country air. And when you get to Morehouse Parish, you come to this quaint little town called Oak Ridge. There probably aren't 10 buildings in the whole community, and 5 of them are churches. They're all beautiful and ornate and just make me want to come back through here on a Sunday and plant myself in a pew. And just north of the heart of Oak Ridge is Star Homeplace. I told TW that we happened to come by on one of their community days, and that's just something everyone needs to experience.
And this is not too far from where you grew up, is it, Tammi?
It's not, TW. We are in Morehouse Parish in Oak Ridge, and I grew up in Madison Parish in a little town called Tallulah. What's neat about Star Homeplace, right off of Highway 425 in Morehouse Parish, is that this has become a cultural and heritage center. Joe Roth has established this place. It's his home place, but as a place where creative people, artists can come and kind of hone their craft, especially from the days of old.
Zach Stevens used to volley around video games on the internet that included the art of blacksmithing. That ignited a spark in his imagination about doing it for real.
Because I was actually playing video games a long time ago, and I said, I was doing blacksmithing on the game, and I was like, you know what, this is kind of silly that I'm sitting around in the house doing this. I said, I wonder if I can do this in real life. And so I went outside and practiced, and sure enough, you know, however many years later, I'm out here, you know, doing demo work for people.
Stevens works as a media guru for a nonprofit in West Monroe, but in his spare time, he's slaving over hot coals with iron and a hammer. He loves sharing this old-timey craft at community days at Star Homeplace in Oak Ridge.
Out here and to see the old things and the old way of doing things when it wasn't so much about making profit, it was more about the craftsmanship behind the things.
You're in art school or in college, you're around other artists that are doing, you know, artwork. And creative people feed off each other and network and create ideas and form friendships. And we're trying to provide a place for people to get together and do that.
Joe Roth opened Star Homeplace on his family's Morehouse Parish property. His late wife, Star, was an artist. After her passing, he wanted to turn this location in the middle of farm fields into a destination for creative types to honor her.
And perhaps foremost memorial to my wife Star, who loved crafts and craftsmen and was a fine artist. But what we really are trying to do is build a creative economy in Northeast Louisiana, because the educational system, you know, they teach letters and numbers, but they don't teach colors and notes.
So Rolf opens up the 19 old buildings on the family farm to those who want to create, from the artistry of batiking, where one uses wax to dye cloth.
The white lines represent the first application of wax.
To those who restore old travel trailers.
Really took this one down to the bare nothing.
While several in Rolf's family continued the tradition of farming, he was into interior design. But he's very well aware that agriculture was an integral and is an integral part of this community. He's even housing memorabilia from the former state agriculture commissioner, Dave Pierce, who was from right up the road in Oak Grove.
His hat and all his medals and a number of artifacts that were assembled for that collection.
Joe believes Star would love what it's become.
I think she would be absolutely in heaven.